welcome. I am occupational therapist Barbara Smith and author of The Recycling Occupational Therapist. This is the original book written in 1997, which has since changed publishers twice and is now self-published and owned by me, Recycling OT LLC. I am now an LLC and am selling this new edition, which is just slightly revised with a new cover. So many things have happened since 1997 when my original ideas were published, where I was cutting plastic to make therapeutic and fun activities virtually out of recycled materials, using many detergent bottles and dishwasher bottles and cardboard boxes and soda bottles and other recycled materials, using simple scissors to cut and create activities. Since then, I have published, TheraPro.com has published From Rattles to Writing, A Parent's Guide to Hand Skills, where I describe many activities that are suitable for very young children to develop fine motor skills. Many of my therapy ideas are also available on the Kindle book, the Almost Complete Plastic Bottle Activity book, available on Amazon. But today, I'm so excited to be talking to you about the history of my Weavable toys. I decided to make these because so many of my homemade materials and activities have been so successful. I wanted to create a higher quality product that could actually be sold so that you don't have to sit at home cutting plastic for many hours the way I do. Let's take a look a little bit at the history of how Weavable toys came into existence. Many years ago, I realized that this would be a nice activity, just cutting simple shapes out of plastic bottles. These are just nice large shapes, and I wanted to teach, develop motor planning skills in older children and adults with motor planning deficits. And they can match colors, but learning to go in and out, giving them several of these, made a very nice fine motor activity. When I work with young children, I decided to, or realized with those small hands, it would be beneficial to use smaller materials. So rather than using these large shapes, I created these small shapes, which are basically the same thing, having two slots in them. But they could be all different shapes. They could be Easter egg shapes, they could be Valentine heart shapes, and then once they put them, string them onto this long round piece that I cut out of a large Clorox bottle, beach bottle, or a Foodway bottle, a large white bottle, I turned it into a buckling activity so we can work on those same in and out weaving skills, fine motor planning skills, and develop skills that children need for weaving. Now, these activities are great for all different developmental levels. Children who are younger or who are just developing their motor planning skills can work on just taking them off and putting them in a container. So they can take them off, put them in a container. Take them off and put them in a container. That's pretty simple. Children who are a little bit higher functioning can put them together. Or adults who are higher functioning. Now, these don't have to be shapes, they could be letters, they could be numbers, they could be working on shape recognition, color recognition. Lots of different skills can be worked on using these materials. Then over the years, I just kept creating more and more activities, so I made weaving Easter eggs. I made weaving rectangle shapes. I made weaving circles. So this is just a circular piece that is woven into a round piece with notches, and you can see how, it's fun, but it's not particularly nice. The notches are not evenly made. I have the Weavable snowman, where they can match the small, medium-sized, and large circles. I have Weavable animals, such as fish. So I have lots of great ideas for Weavable products, but I know how successful and well they work with children, but who wants to sit around cutting plastic all day unless you are the recycling OT? Even if you want to teach how to form a tube or how to make a holiday box and have them weave the holiday box in this way, they can weave it. So let me show you how that might work. So there's lots of unlimited ideas and things you can make. This pink bow is actually made from the pink lid to a coffee container. I started using coffee containers. The lids are fairly soft and flexible and pretty easy to weave. I started weaving round shapes through them, realized it's kind of fun as a fidget tool, it feels kind of nice, and then I decided, I really want to market this so more people can enjoy the benefits of weavable toys. So my friend Ben White, who works at a packaging company, worked with me to design the prototype. And this is the product that I'm selling, Weavable toys, basic shapes. Hopefully in the future I will work with a company that will do the manufacturing for me and pay me royalties. I hope to do that. Otherwise I will be producing them and selling them on my own. But they are beautifully designed. I spent a lot of money to have these designed and to work on my patent, which is patent pending. I have spent thousands of dollars. So I hope that some of you consider buying them as gifts this holiday season. This is how they work. Very easy, very flexible to work with. So some children may just weave the shape inside the board. I made all the boards black. I made all the strips white, so there's this color contrast. But then I thought it'd be fun for children to have the opportunity to be creative. They can make designs. They can copy designs. So this would be kind of a higher level task. You could put colors, you could put the shapes on either side, one side, both of the sides, whatever. There's a lot of flexibility and creativity involved. You can have the shapes overlap, as I'm going to do right here. So we could have two shapes, and then you could have the child look at this diagram and figure out how will they create this on the lacing board. Now the younger kids or older kids with learning disabilities or developmental delays, they may simply want to put them on the strip without using the blackboards. So they can either put them on, which is a little tricky, or they can just take them off, which is much easier. So this I've done with people with more lower level developmental disabilities and cognitive delays. I'll have them just take them off and put them in a container. But even then, it's working on some wonderful motor planning and motor planning skills and using their two hands together. A lot of times I see the people I work with, they'll try to take them off like this. And I tell them, no, the green one is closer to the edge to take it off. So they need to understand which piece needs to be removed first. So there's a lot of motor planning skills involved in using these materials. So basic shapes, circles, triangles, rectangles, working on learning that diagonal, forming that diagonal line. And rectangles, I think, are perhaps the most complex because they need to understand how the two L shapes are woven into the rectangle to create the rectangular board to create the rectangle shape. So, happy weaving to all of you.